501 Contractor Tips for Contractors by Greg Vandenberg. Everyone likes a deal, and buying stuff in bulk purchases can provide people with some extraordinary deals. But I want to warn you about problems that I've had in the past. And again, you've probably already heard me say this. That's why I wrote the book 501 Contractor Tips, was to share some of the problems I've had with other contractors. I bought a whole bunch of nails one time. And again, this list just goes on and on. I bought biscuits for my biscuit joiners, door hinges, paint, you name it. I've bought it in bulk and I've saved money, which really never ended up, or rarely ended up, working out. Now, in my book, I give an example of buying paint and then not using it. And I'd just like to share something like that with you here. Let's just say that I bought some nails, and I used to do this every Christmas time for a tax write-off. I would take and spend as much money as I could on building materials so that I wouldn't have to pay taxes on this money at the end of the year. Now that's a good tip too. So let me just share that with you guys before I get into this. Let's just say that you have extra money, and I don't want, you never have any extra money because you always got a place to put it. But if you're in a 15% or a 20% tax bracket, let's just say you're in a 15% tax bracket, and you can push any of that money into the next year, or buy products this year so that you could write them off that year, you're gonna be ahead of the game. You know what, maybe I better do another video on this because there's a lot more to this than that. Oh, excuse me. So go ahead and watch the video, and it'll be on end of the year money spending. How's that if I don't mess it up? Now let's get back to the buying in bulk. If you're buying a lot of stuff, so let's just say that you buy some wood, and you have it, and you know you're going to use it, but you got such a deal on it. So let's say instead of spending $1 per piece of lumber, you got it for 50 cents. You just can't pass it up. It's an excellent deal. Now you have the lumber, and you know that you bought so much of it, it's going to take you 3 years to use it all. But it actually ends up taking you 5 because you go through some rough times. And when it's all said and done, you've had to store this material somewhere. Maybe you had to rent a storage area. So this is digging into your savings. Or you stored it on your property somewhere, and the termites got a hold of it. The sun damaged it. It got wet and moldy. This is where your buying in bulk doesn't work out to be a good thing. And it's the same thing with paint. Like I said in the book, you buy a certain amount of paint and the paint goes bad, how much money have you really saved? So whenever someone offers you something in bulk, it's some extraordinary deal, and you can use it in a certain amount of time, you got a pretty good chance, or maybe you can even buy it and sell some of it. Then I suggest you go ahead and do that. But if you don't really have a good plan, you might not be able to save money on this purchase, because if you lose a certain amount of the building products, they go bad. And again, let's just say that you're saving 50% on your purchase, but you lose 25% of your building materials. You're really only saving 25%, which still could be a big savings, as long as there's not other things chipping away from this savings. Storage, more bad materials, problems getting the materials to the job site, stuff like that. So bulk material purchases might not be as good as they sound sometimes. Visit some of our other websites today for more information about home building, remodeling, construction, and even a little bit of personal development stuff.